in all of my glory. So, 2 stances, body mechanics. This is actually written backwards in the video, so I'm just going to go ahead and explain it. That's me trying to be all organized and stuff. So, 2 stances. Horse stance, horse and archer, bow, warrior, whatever it is that's written in your book, okay? The archer stance is for your long strokes. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. Both feet, you have one that is facing in the direction of the table, which I will show you in a minute when I set up the table. The other foot is going in the direction of the stroke that you are applying, okay? i.e. effleurage, which we will also talk about later. On the board, it says advance and retreat, which is not in your book, which is from the good old Christy Duncan School of 20 Years of Massage, okay? When you're in the archer stance, it is a shift in your weight between one leg and the other. So that is what you need to get used to doing first. So it's bending this leg forward, and I'm going to show it to you from 2 different angles. And then, oh, did you hear my hip? That's called age, okay? And then advance and retreat, where you are advancing your hands forward, and then you are retreating backwards. But don't even start with the hands yet. Start with the legs. This is where your power is coming from, okay? Your dantian, which is 2 inches below the navel. So it's coming from here. And you are shifting your weight back and forth, okay? This allows you to keep that whole upright motion, all right? So that you're not doing this, okay? If you're doing this a couple of 100 times, what's going to happen? This is going to give out on you, okay? So I know that some of you guys are younger than I am, and you definitely don't want to throw your back out. So you want to keep this in mind, okay? So it's also where one foot comes back to where it was, and then you're going in the other direction. So I want you to practice on both sides. So you might look crazy at home, but that's okay. Because essentially, if you have good body mechanics, you'll be able to practice this or practice massage for as long as you want to. This is my 20th year. I believe July 18, 2000 was the day that I graduated from massage therapy school. So I'm in my 20th year. And by July 15, I will be 55. I'll be double nickels. And I'm still doing it. I'm still here. 20 years later. Okay? Advance and retreat. Shifting the weight between one leg and the other. So, if I'm forward, so I'm going to come this way, and then I'm going to point my toe this way, so I'll be coming towards you. So can you see the bends between one leg and the other? And I'm going relative, I just caught myself because I'm going relatively fast. So now I've slowed down, which is what you will be doing. Going fast is normal, okay? That's what we all do because we want to make sure that we get it all in, okay? So I'm advancing forward and I'm going to switch my foot and go the other direction. Same thing. And it's funny too because now I'm able to see my mechanics and see if I'm doing it properly. Okay? Now I'm going to be bringing this lead foot forward, and then you're going to get a rear view. Now, I know my booty's a little big, so just bear with me, y'all, okay? So, from the rear, legs shoulder width apart, okay? Going in the direction of the stroke. Forward and back. Advance, retreat. If you are familiar with yoga, it is the warrior stance. Okay? That's all it is. And then you are coming back, and then you are bending this leg. That's what a lot of people forget to do, is to bend the back leg. Trying to make sure that I'm even with the camera so you can see. So watch this. All I'm going to do is switch feet. That's all I did. So my right leg is in the direction of the imaginary table. And my left leg, I hope I said my right leg first. And my left leg is going in the direction of the stroke. So you will be switching legs when you are on, because this, I believe, is on the left side of the table. And so again, if we're doing imaginary stuff, we would come around, we'd be on the right side of the table, and we would be like this. Okay? Archer stance, bow, warrior, whatever you want to call it. So you know, archer stance comes from archery. So if you're familiar with that, never shot a bow and arrow in my life. Okay? The horse stance is the same concept. The difference is both feet are in the direction of the table. So both feet are facing you. So I'm going to widen my stance just a little bit, and it's the same thing. Have you ever seen Tai Chi? When I lived in Los Angeles, I lived in a section or a city called Glendale. And I actually worked in downtown Los Angeles. And my trip every morning went through Chinatown. And you always saw these people every morning that were just doing their Tai Chi. And it was one of the most beautiful things that I'd ever seen because everybody was in unison, okay? So Tai Chi is a really good example. So this is your horse stance. These are for your shorter strokes, okay? Particularly kneading, okay? So this particular move with your hands is called, are circles. So I normally start off with one circle. And then once I've gotten the concept, I bring in my other hand and do another circle. So I'm doing a circle on top and a circle on the bottom. I call this wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Side view. Wax on, wax off. Shift your weight between one leg and the other. Practice makes perfect. The whole idea is to not injure yourself. the number one injury in a massage therapist's career is the back, because a lot of people cut their career as a massage therapist short because they are not implementing the correct body mechanics. So you start with your body mechanics first. Okay, rear view, here it comes. That is your horse stance and your archer stance. One more that I don't believe is in your book, and I'm actually going to do a side view, because when you are at the head of the table and you're working on the back, it's 1 foot in front of the other, and then it is forward and back. Forward and back. And when I was in massage therapy school, it was called the big, huge, so it's like the big wheel. So I'm going to step back a little bit. So it's the big wheel, rounding it out, and round, and push, and come back. Push, and come back. I'm going to switch legs. Practice with both legs, because you want to make sure that you don't compromise your posture. Forward and back. I'm not going to do a rear view, but I am going to do a front view. Forward, back. Forward, back, forward, and back. Okay, I don't know how much, oh, we have, we're at 12 minutes. Okay, I am going to stop there. Horse stance, archer stance. I have shown you the materials that we're going to be using, the lubricants, the hand sanitizer, the gloves, the mask, the optional face shield or glasses or goggles. And so my next one, I'm going to show you how to set up, sanitize your table.